Huawei has pulled off something nobody else has managed. Not a fold, not a hinge, not a gimmick you open twice a day and then quietly stop opening. A normal slab phone, 6.68 millimeters thin, 201 grams on the scale, carrying a 7,000 milliamp-hour battery, wrapped around a screen-shaped 16 by 9.5. Bezels of 1.05 millimeters on all four sides, 96.1% screen to body. This is the Pura X View, and the first time you watch a video on it, the phone sitting in your pocket right now starts to look badly designed. So this should be the easiest recommendation of the year. It is not. There are 3 catches waiting, 2 of them are small, and the third one decides whether this phone works for you at all. No free unit here, no embargo access, no brand relationship, so we go through all 3 honestly. Start with the screen, because 6.39 inches sounds tiny, and that number is lying to you. Measure any display corner to corner, and height wins, which is why a tall, narrow slab scores beautifully on the box, while wasting glass in a strip your thumb covers and your eyes never visit. Huawei measured area instead, 114.27 square centimeters, and put it head-to-head with a stack of 6.9-inch flagships on stage. The geometry holds up. If you want the full picture before you spend anything, hit subscribe, because we are about to run the panel numbers, the chip nobody has confirmed, and the real import cost, and none of that lands in a launch video. The panel earns the attention too, with a resolution of 2232 by 1320, a refresh rate of 120 Hz, PWM dimming at 2160 Hz, and a claimed peak brightness of 6500 nits. Play a standard 16 by 9 video, and the black bars mostly evaporate, which is the entire pitch, and at arm's length you feel that difference immediately instead of measuring it. For comics, manga, ebooks, and long documents, nothing else on the market comes close. Now the honest half. Most cinema is wider than 16 by 9, so a proper 2.39:1 film still lands with bars top and bottom. Games are split down the middle, since some titles hand you a wider field of view for free, while others lock their interface to fixed safe areas and strand your thumbs at opposite ends of an unusually wide body. The shape solves one aspect ratio perfectly and negotiates with everything else. 7,000 milliamp hours inside 6.68 millimeters reads like a typing error. Silicon carbon chemistry has been rewriting what fits inside a chassis this year, and Huawei went aggressive with it, but density on a slide and endurance in your hand are different animals, so hold the applause until somebody runs an independent drain test. What is already measurable is how it feels, because 201 grams spread across a wide, flat body presses into your whole palm instead of digging into a narrow edge, which is exactly why every hands-on impression calls it lighter than the number should allow. Small design wins keep stacking up. The camera module runs horizontally along the top, so your fingers stop covering lenses no matter how you grab it. It sinks fully into shirt and shorts pockets, rather than leaving 2 inches of phone poking out the way a tall slab does. In the box, you get a 66-watt USB-C charger, small enough to lose in a bag, a dual USB-C cable, and a hard case, which is generous in a year of empty cardboard trays. Width costs you reach though, and testers holding it one-handed report barely stretching to the far left icon. Here is where the confidence wobbles. Huawei showed the phone, walked through the screen in detail, and then declined to say what is running it. No processor named on stage, no camera sensors confirmed, which from a company that adores a spec slide is a very loud silence. Tipsters point at a Kirin 9030S with 350 megapixel rear sensors and a 10.7 megapixel selfie camera, and those figures keep getting republished as fact by sites copying each other rather than confirming anything. Chase that chip yourself and the databases openly contradict each other, with one listing 8 cores on a 5nm process alongside a Maliun 920 GPU, and another listing 9 cores, 12 threads, and a Maliun 935. Benchmark aggregators land multi-core performance near Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, while the graphics side sits closer to Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 2, which is a 2022 answer wearing a 2026 badge. The modem is the genuine flex, peaking around 3,500 megabits per second, with Beidou satellite messaging no global rival offers natively. Everything else gets confirmed on August 28th, and not one day sooner. Which brings us to the catch that actually decides this. HarmonyOS from version 5 onward dropped the Android runtime completely, and that means no APK support, no translation layer, and no Google mobile services in any form. This is not the old Huawei situation where you sideloaded a workaround and had most of your apps back by bedtime. The floor underneath the apps changed. Owners outside China lean on third-party Android containers called Droitong and Easy Abroad, and the reports read exactly like a workaround losing a fight with an operating system. Notifications arriving late or never is the loudest complaint. Huawei Health refuses to pair watches on accounts not registered to the Chinese mainland, so you are buying into a region rather than a brand. Banking and rideshare apps that check device attestation tend to refuse to open at all. The shape needs developer help too, and testers already found Weibo stretching text uncomfortably wide, red locked at 3 columns, and landscape tablet mode not enabled yet. Huawei built the space, somebody else still has to furnish it. Price is the part Huawei got right. Nothing is official until August 28th, but the credible Weibo projection puts the entry model near 6,000 yuan, roughly $840, 630 pounds, or 73,000 rupees. Against the family that is aggressive, because the Pura X launched at 7,500 yuan, and the Pura X Max opened at 11,000 and climbed to 14,000 for the top edition. Dropping the hinge dropped most of the bill, and that is a real win worth saying out loud. Import math is uglier. One aggregator already lists a global figure above $1,100 for a phone with no announced global launch, and that gap is gray market tax, shipping, customs, and reseller margins stacked on a China model. The warranty does not cross borders. Verizon and AT&T run device whitelists that block uncertified phones even when the bands line up. T-Mobile is the workable carrier, and VoLTE runs as a separate profile from your data bands, so the phone shows you 5G and then fails to place a call. So who buys it? Pura X Max owners, sit down, because you already own a wider screen and a faster chip. Last generation Pura X owners, the only honest reason to move across is hinge fatigue. Skip 2 generations though, and the maths flips completely. Since coming from the original Pura X or a Pura 70 era slab, you gain a battery jump from 4,720 to 7,000 milliamp hours, a fresh panel generation, and HarmonyOS 7 in a single purchase. First-time Huawei buyers outside China treat this as a second phone because your bank app, your work email, and your watch all live on the wrong side of that software wall. Want the shape for less? Buy a discounted Pura X instead. The Pura X View is the most interesting phone shape in years and the least certain purchase on the shelf. Huawei fixed the number that has been lying to you for a decade, then left the software wall standing exactly where it was. Inside China at 6,000 yuan, it is genuinely tempting. Outside China, it is a beautiful second phone with an import tax attached and a list of apps you no longer get to open. So tell me in the comments, would you trade Google for a better shape?